Hello, I wanted to switch it up for today's video location. So I got a content studio. It's so cute. This is my outfit. Wait, let me show you in this mirror better. This is my outfit. These are the jeans that I got in the last video. I'm obsessed with them. I actually ordered another pair yesterday, like a blue denim pair, because I know I'm gonna wear them like every single day, like every other day probably. I just love how baggy they are. Let me see if I can show you. This is exactly what I wanted. I love a baggy fit. I actually wanted to sit down and film a little Q&A for you guys. So that's what this video is gonna be about. Let's start with some questions from the group chat on Instagram. We have a little group chat that anyone can join really. It's my broadcast channel. Should we start with a heavy one? The very first question I got in the group chat was, what is your best advice for dating? Oh God, hold on. Hope you guys can hear me. Okay. The first question I got in the group chat was, what is your best advice for dating again after traumatic relationship experiences? Speaking from personal experience, my best advice is to get therapy. Go to therapy, work on yourself, focus on yourself. I went to therapy immediately after a really big breakup, and it was life-changing. It was exactly what I needed. It helped me process. It helped me find my voice, and it helped me start the healing process so much quicker than if I hadn't gone to therapy. I just can't express how helpful it was to have a professional and someone who didn't know me listen to me and give me valid advice and give me great coping mechanisms. So go to therapy, block that person, don't have communication with them. I feel like this in the background is bothering me, but like I feel like it's not good to, I don't know. I'm not someone that stays friends with their exes. I think good riddance. You're out of my life. And yeah, and focus on yourself. Trust me, it might feel like the end of the world in the moment, but it's really not. It's really not. And you will be amazed at how much goodness the world has in store for you after. Trust me. Have you tried Rhode products? I have. I have some of the lip tints, some of the peptide lip tints. I'm ordering the lip liners tomorrow. They launch tomorrow. And I have to say my favorite Rhode product is, crap, I'm gonna have to pop a photo of it and put the name. But it's the barrier cream, I think it's called. I use it every single night. It's super thick. It makes your skin so glowy and hydrated. I'm obsessed, and I need it every winter. Any tips for a first-time mom-to-be? Trust your intuition, trust your gut. You're gonna know what's best for your baby. And you're gonna learn as you go. You and your baby are gonna get to know each other, and you're gonna know what they need from you, how to comfort them. It's just gonna come, but be patient with yourself. Everything you're feeling is normal. If you need help, ask for help. How did you and your husband meet? Oh my God, we met during COVID times, and our first date was actually a FaceTime date. It was so cute. I hadn't met him in person before that. I had only seen his Instagram. We met because we had someone mutual that we both knew, and he asked about me because he saw my Instagram, and then she had the bright idea to introduce us. And I was hesitant at first because I was like, I don't know him and I don't want to date anyone that knows people that I know. But I was like, you know what? I'll go on a FaceTime date. It's cute. I'll do it for the plot. And I went on FaceTime with him, and when he got on the screen, I was like, oh my God, he's so cute. And we talked for hours. And before we hung up, he asked me on a date to take me to Central Park, because this is when like even restaurants were closed. Like you couldn't eat at the restaurants. I think they were just open where you could like pick up food. So we did a little picnic in Central Park, and it was so cute. And fast forward, he ended up proposing to me in Central Park, also in a different area. But that's pretty much the gist of how we met. And we literally were like inseparable from that first date. Like we were just always talking. It was such a nice connection. Like I like knew instantly, like, oh my God, I really like this guy. But yeah, that's how we met. I work in a field that isn't popular or praised, but it makes decent money and I can pay my bills. How do I overcome feeling less than others? Girl, no one is above anyone for what they do in a career. I feel like what's important is who you are as a person. If you are working somewhere that you enjoy and you're making money and it's helping you get through life, then that's amazing, okay? I don't want you to ever think you're less than someone because of what you do for work. I really, really don't want you to think that way. Are you one and done? How are you balancing work and motherhood? Oh my God, you guys, I think we are one and done. I love my baby Luca. I love him so much. He is like the perfect boy. He's so sweet. He's so smart. And it's a lot. Having kids is a lot. And we feel like one is the perfect number that we can handle. We have like a lot of plans that we want to do with him. Plans for his education, plans for experiences, and we feel like we can give him what we can if it's just him right now. It's expensive having children. Like living is expensive. So right now we feel like one is perfect. We love our one. We're always with family. We're hoping he gets cousins soon. We have friends that have kids the same age. So those are like his little cousins, besties. But also another reason why we're kind of one and done is because I had a very traumatic birth. I ended up in the hospital a week after I had preeclampsia. And for me, the way it showed up, my pregnancy was totally normal, like easy, I would say. But after I gave birth, my blood pressure was really high. Oh my God, is that bird falling? Or is that a paper? Oh, that's a paper, sorry, looking out the window. My blood pressure was really high and I couldn't lay down, you guys. So every time I would literally lay down to sleep, my heart would race like this, like if you were to take like 3 energy drinks. And at first I didn't notice it in the hospital because I was sleeping kind of like tilted up because I had a C-section, so my bed wasn't completely flat. So I was always sleeping kind of like this in the hospital bed. And then when I got home and tried to lay down for the first time, I was like, that's weird. And I literally was getting no sleep. I had a newborn. I wasn't resting. My heart was racing really fast. And I thought that it was the adrenaline, or I thought I was excited. And like my mom would come over and help me during the day. And she'd be like, well, lay down. And I would try to lay down and I could not sleep. And I thought it was just that I couldn't fall asleep. And it was really my heart beating so fast. And finally I was like, something is wrong. I went to my doctor. I went to my gynecologist because I had like my follow-up appointment right after. And I told her and she was like, you need to go to a heart doctor immediately. She gave me a recommendation. I made the appointment, get to my appointment. And mind you, before this, I kept calling my primary doctor because they needed to fax over very specific paperwork. And I kept telling them, this is so important. My doctor told me, tell them you just gave birth. It's really important. I'm telling them I just gave birth. It's really important. This is exactly what they need word for word. I get to the heart doctor appointment. It's a Friday. And they're like, oh, your doctor's office didn't fax over the right paperwork. So I call them and I'm like, hey, I'm at my appointment. I really need to get seen. Can you fax this over? And they're like, oh no, the people that do that left for the day. They won't be here till Monday. Like there's nothing we can do. And the heart doctor wouldn't see me. So I literally went home crying because I was like, oh my God, I literally have not slept in a week. My heart doesn't stop racing. Like what's wrong? And like my mom and Randy forced me to go to the hospital because they're like, okay, you're just gonna have to go to the hospital because we don't know what it is. I go to the hospital, I go to the emergency room, and they literally called it a code something. I'm gonna say code blue because I don't remember. But they were like, she's code blue, she's code blue. Like they stopped everyone in the ER and said I had to go first. They were trying to like stabilize me, like to bring my blood pressure down. They were like, I was at the verge of having a stroke if I didn't come in, which is crazy because I almost didn't go in because I was like, oh, I don't want to be in the ER. I want to stay home with my baby. Like whatever. Anyways, they ended up admitting me. I stayed there a whole weekend. They finally stabilized my blood pressure, and the whole heart racing thing finally calmed down. I did end up following up with a heart doctor after. Everything was normal, thankfully. But my doctor did say, like, you are at risk for this happening again if you get pregnant again. And like, Randy and I were so traumatized. Like, he didn't even get to stay with me at the hospital because they didn't have space. Like, they didn't even have a room for me. Like, I was just like in a general room, so guests couldn't stay. And he had to go home and take care of our son. But yeah, that's my traumatic story wrapped up, and that is why we are one and done, because I don't want to die. And we just love our baby boy. We're happy. We at least got one. Do you think you'll post more videos on YouTube this year? Miss watching you. Oh, thank you so much. I love YouTube and I miss you guys a lot. I've mentioned this before in videos, but the reason I stopped uploading was because I was completely overwhelmed. I was going through depression, and it was hard. It was really hard showing up. Like, I was literally just trying to survive every day, and I was exhausted. But I definitely hope to post more on YouTube this year. I feel like rejuvenated. I feel like myself again. I feel excited. So I'm back. This one is funny. I know your style is minimalistic, but do you plan on adding more decor to your walls? Oh my God. I feel like you just read me. Yeah, girl. I know. I'm a little plain. I am going to be adding more decor. We are planning on adding, like, we want to make it feel like more like our home. I think subconsciously I had trauma from moving so much. The only place that I had stability was my parents' home. But other than that, I moved a lot. I had a couple apartments. And this place, not this place, this is content studio, but our home, it's home. It's home. We're going to add photos. I want to do a gallery wall. I have this piece of art that my mom got me for my 16th birthday from Dominican Republic. It's beautiful. I'm gonna bring that over and hang it up. But yeah, we're gonna add some things to the wall. Thanks for calling me out. Oh, how do you juggle all of your roles? I just remembered someone else asked about that. You know what? I feel like I have a better handle on it now. And I try to just plan ahead and schedule things out, because that really helps me. So even like the night before, I make like a little to-do list of like what things I have to get done, and I have like a personal list of like things for like the family, the house, groceries, things like that, cleaning, and then I have a work list. And that way the next day I know exactly what I need to tackle. Because I don't know if you're like this, but like the next day, if I don't have a plan, I'm like, wait, what was I gonna do? And I kind of like get distracted. So I need a plan in place. And I'm pretty good about sticking to a schedule. So just like knowing like, okay, during these hours, I'm gonna get this done. And then at this time, I'm gonna get this done. And I stop working late in the evening. Like once I'm with my son and I put him to bed, that's kind of like my self-care time. Like I shower, I read, I relax. I really make sure to give myself that time. Sometimes it's not a lot of time, but I try to give myself that time. Right now, our son does go to school because I started working full time, and I was going into an office a couple times a week, but now I'm fully remote. So we have decided to take him out of school and have him home with me. One, because it's so expensive, and two, because I just want him with me. Like, I miss when he was with me every day. Last week we were both sick, so he spent the entire week home with me, and it was just the best. Like, I don't know, I love it. And he's gonna start like actual preschool, I think next fall. So I just want him home for as long as possible with me. So yeah, I'm really, really excited. I think we're trying to figure it out in the next couple weeks, but then I want him home. I want him home, and I want a more flexible job schedule so that I can just be with my baby. That's just where I'm at right now. Engagement and elopement story. Okay, I'm gonna give you guys that in a separate video because I want Randy to film it with me. So those are all of the main questions. Honestly, a lot of them were like repeat questions, especially about having more kids. But those were all of the questions. I love Q&As. It feels like old school YouTube. Thank you for watching, and I will see you guys in the next video.